Isn't this great? I've been wanting them to have this for years. Excuse me, I apologize.
I was going to say good morning, but I get this afternoon. That was a long homily this morning in church. We want to welcome all of you here to this Christian Muslim public forum here at St. Anthony's. If you're still in the back there and you can't hear, I invite you to come up a little bit to the front. I want to take a moment, first of all, to welcome Dr. LD. Dr. LD, as you know, is a noted cardiologist here in Hernando County, and he's here today with his wife, his 3 daughters, and his mother. So let's extend a warm welcome to Dr. LD and his family. Last month, when Dr. Aldine asked me to sponsor this forum, this public forum between Muslims and Christians, I immediately accepted. And I also noted that there had been a similar public forum between Muslims and Christians that was held last month at St. James Parish in Pasco County. It was also held not too long ago at Cabrini Parish over in Spring Hill. There's a recent poll that came out in the Washington Post, and it showed that 48% of Americans have a negative view of Islam. We hear so much today about a clash of cultures when speaking of Muslim-Christian relations. It does not have to be that way. Someone once said that there will be no peace among nations of the world until there is peace among the religions of the world. There will be no peace among the religions of the world until there is dialogue. Without dialogue, we shoot each other. Muslims, Christians, and Jews share a common heritage of faith tradition as children of Abraham. And I think this need for a dialogue like this became very apparent to me a few weeks ago when I mentioned to the Brooksville Ministerial Association at our monthly meeting that St. Anthony's Church was going to sponsor this forum. And some of the ministers at the meeting asked me, first of all, if I was going to preview the presentation from the Muslim community. Others wanted to know if the Muslim community would merely give a propaganda view of Islam, that put Islam in a very favorable light, and not be open to taking questions and having an exchange of ideas. And I replied that, first of all, I had no intention of previewing the remarks, and secondly, that this was going to be just exactly what it says, an exchange of ideas, a public forum. And having said that, I don't want to take up any more of your time. I'm going to turn it over right now to Dr. LD. Thank you.
Thank you very much. You guys are very lucky to have Father Dunn your.
We know.
Very nice crowd. Very nice crowd. Father Dunn and I have been talking for quite some time, maybe over 5 years. You know, the world changed after 9/11, as everybody knows. But before I do anything, coming from New York City, I want to start off with a joke. 4 women were driving across the country. Each one was from a different state: Idaho, Nebraska, Florida, and obviously New York. Shortly after the trip began, the woman from Idaho started pulling potatoes from her bag, throwing them out of the window. "What the heck are you doing?" demanded the Nebraskan. "We have so many of these darn things in Idaho. I just got sick of looking at them." A moment later, the gal from Nebraska began pulling ears of corn from her bag and tossing them from the window. "What are you doing that for?" asked the gal from Florida. She responded, "We have so many of these things in Nebraska, I'm just sick of looking at them." Inspired, the gal from Florida opened the car window and pushed out the New Yorker.
Anyway, it's a privilege to be here with you on your special day. This is your special day, Sunday. For Christians around the world, this is your day of service. Our day is on Friday, so in these trying times, there's a lot of misunderstandings. There's a lot of misinformation out there, and there's a lot of ignorance when it comes to the religion of Islam. And we are living in trying times, so it's hard to differentiate what's true from fiction, what are the facts, what's the reality of the situation, because we're bombarded daily with negative things about the religion of Islam. Every day you open up the paper, on the headlines, the front page is always Islam, Islam, Islam. If I didn't know otherwise, I think we're living in some sort of Muslim nation where we get some more information about Islam than any other group out there. We don't, and every day we open up the paper, we have some news about Catholics. Unfortunately, since 9/11, that's the situation. And for the most part, pretty much about 80–90% of that news is negative news. The third article of faith is to believe in all of God's messengers and prophets. That God sent messengers and prophets to mankind, and there are many of them, most of them that are found in the Bible. We have to believe in them as well. And as Muslims, we have to believe in all of them equally.